Go back to Bill Maloogian in just a minute, but first, joining us with reaction, former IDF head Aaron Cohen is with us, former FBI special agent, Fox News contributor Nicole Parker. Nicole, I can't imagine. We see that they have pre-positioned baseball bats. They were handing out earplugs and gas masks. They have frozen water bottles. They're pelting cops with that and with Molotov cocktails. They're throwing fireworks at them. It's an untenable situation, also preventable, also predictable, and then you got handcuffs on local law enforcement. These guys are doing the best job they can under the circumstances. President Trump saw what happened in the summer of 2020. You know, how many people would have to die? How many people would have to be injured before he would then act? At that point, it would be too late, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would be. And this will not be summer of 2020 part 2. I guarantee you that. President Trump is coming in strong and he's saying this will not be tolerated. And Sean, this is a very different situation than we were dealing with before. I can speak for myself as a former FBI agent who was working for the FBI during that time frame. You fast forward to right now, you've got Director Kash Patel, and he's saying there is zero tolerance for this. You have Attorney General Pam Bondi, zero tolerance for this. There will be harsh consequences. Under Christopher Wray, there was a posture of stand down, don't do anything. Merrick Garland, I mean, they didn't want to charge anybody. Now you've got Pam Bondi, Kash Patel. They will be extremely aggressive. I do believe that this is highly orchestrated. It's not a coincidence that all of that was planted there. But again, the games will be over. President Trump saying we're going to take charge and we're not going to have a replay of what happened in the summer of 2020. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I totally agree. Aaron, let's get your take on this. You understand tactical strategies in situations like this because the IDF deals with it, unfortunately, on a regular basis. I don't see any other alternative, but if local law enforcement don't have the authority, if they can't even ask the legal status of somebody they encounter, how could they possibly use proper law enforcement technique that is necessary in this moment?
Well, Sean, you're absolutely right. Excuse me. Law enforcement is using an incredible amount of restraint. These are from sources of mine on the ground, actual cops who are on the streets, who have been justified in several different instances where they could have used lethal force but didn't. They're under constant duress and they're under constant threat. So that's one. But I want to speak to the bigger picture with this here from the counterterror angle. This isn't a protest problem here in Los Angeles, Sean. This is a counterintelligence problem. And what's happening in Los Angeles isn't free speech. This is coordinated insurgency, which is what everybody understands and what Nicole just alluded to. And we've got political-backed money, digital organizing on platforms, masked agitators who are flooding the streets right now again with the Palestine flags, every other flag but the American flags, and politicians who are quietly standing behind this all. You just spoke to Newsom. No one's doing a thing. Bass isn't doing a thing. And so this has nothing to do with immigration. This is about control, Sean. Control of the streets, control of the algorithm, and ultimately control of the country, which is what they're trying to do. And this is low-threat domestic intensity is what this is. Insurgency. This is what this looks like. And if this was overseas, and we saw this happening right now with U.S. troops, mobs trying to overrun Marines outside of an embassy, torching vehicles, and trying to breach perimeters, this would be terrorism, Sean. And the ones who are paying the price, law enforcement on the ground. And so Donald Trump was right to send in the Guard, to activate the Marines. And now it's time to start following the money and prosecuting. And that's where I come out with all this. It's all nonsense, and there's a lot behind it.
You know, when you think of Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom, and you think back to the Pacific Palisades and the fires, by the way, predictable fires, Santa Ana winds that are predictable also in the area, and we had fire hydrants that had no water, and we had reservoirs that had no water, and their answer was, oh, you have to ask the local officials. That's not my problem. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.